say it. All right. So this one is going to be an art video. I need some new art content while I'm making my animatics. So here is something from Muhammad. I actually he's a artist as well. I've seen some of his work. He talks about what's going on in the art community. And it says here how Pinterest became absolutely hated by the art community. So we'll see what that's about, and then we'll look up some anime recommendations.
Dawn of time, Pinterest has been every artist's number one choice when searching for things to draw or just casually building a reference board for an OC you're trying to create. But in the new age of the internet, Pinterest has
I
somehow
can't tell if he's getting thicker or he's skinnier because I don't know if dude's working out or gaining weight, or he's probably gains. He's getting gains. He's probably working out. I don't know.
become absolutely hated by every single artist in
Looks
the
thicker.
art community.
Is it just me, or is Pinterest ads just way more in your face?
Pinterest quality has been declining significantly.
I'm not a Pinterest hater, but the ads have to stop.
Pinterest just changed this and it's so annoying.
Open Pinterest in 2024 and being met with 80% of ads and 20% of actual content.
How did this all happen? Well, it all started when Pinterest released an update where they changed the user interface so things like your sections, pins, and boards are more accessible.
I don't know. When it comes to Pinterest, I only use it for references, and that's as far as it goes. But I've never actually tried to use the app. Okay, I try to use the app, but I never try to use the app. I use it just for references in most cases, but that's it. I never really try to. I do put them in pins, but that's when I'm just saving something because I don't have time to look at it or something. But that's it. I've never really tried to get to know the app, and it's kind of funny how people don't go over there because I think you can put videos over there. I think, not totally sure, but I think you can use video. You can put post videos, but I think it's pretty elaborate to do that.
Which they already were, and literally no one was complaining about that in the first place. And when people logged back into their accounts after the unprovoked and likewise crucially unnecessary updates, they started to notice a few unnecessary changes that could potentially become a pain in the ass rather sooner than later. Users started complaining about seeing less and less results when searching for images to use for inspiration, and the algorithm shoving down images that are literally the exact same version of an image you just pinned with little to no changes, which ideally shouldn't even be a problem, because if I'm on Pinterest and I save an image or pin it to a board, I'm expecting the algorithm to show me similar images with pretty much the same aesthetic, but also leave room to other images to show up on my feed, which could also end up being inspiring. Isn't that how an algorithm is supposed to work generally? Users also complained about
Cases.
not being able to filter the search bar to search
Mike
by
has had
just
Bean
pins
brought something
only,
up
but
about
instead has
Pinterest
the
earlier,
option
Art.
for searching.
Mike said Bean brought something up about Pinterest earlier. Art. Ah, she did. When? Today? Or in the chat? Pretty sure. Yeah, my favorite. Okay, good. Okay, that's Mike.
For boards, user profiles, and whatnot. Lucky for me, I didn't really find this a jarring problem because I wasn't searching for something in particular, and mostly I'm just looking for images I can use as reference to draw from when I'm studying, or bits and pieces of poses and clothing or random items I can draw on my character when I'm trying to make an OC. They apparently also combined regular pins and idea pins in one place and made it so when you're trying to upload a pin, it repeatedly fails, saying the pin is too big and not allowing you to upload it entirely. And a personal
Actually, you
gripe
know
I
what?
have.
No, my personal gripe with Pinterest, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if anyone has ran into this problem, but whenever you like save a pin of a video of a image that you like because you need it for like inspiration for whatever reference you gotta use it for whatever project, have you gotten like those stupid you're going to you didn't get reported. It's like a violation report. Like, oh, this image is going against our guidelines, and they're like talking to you as if you're the one who uploaded the video, the pin in the first place. Have you guys gotten that? I've gotten that many times, and it's so annoying. Like, they'll say to me like, oh, this image is considered violation, and it might affect your account or some stupidness. I'm like, bro, I'm not the one who uploaded the video. I mean the image. All I did was just literally saved it in my repertoire of stuff, so I can always come back to it and access it and look at it later if I need it as a form of reference. Why are you even saying this to me? Shouldn't you get mad at the person who uploaded it? Like, why are you telling this to me? This is not my problem.
Have, and I'm sure others have as well, is why can't I just click on the Pinterest icon at the top left corner and it takes me to the home page without having to go through the drop down menu with other options for something that could be done in one? I mean, I know you could do it. That was how it worked before you decided to change it. So why don't you just, I don't know, put it back to the way it was before maybe? Other Pinterest users have also complained about some of these slightly inconvenient issues. But the problem that I've seen.
You said, yeah, I got so many, I got deleted. Yeah, you got that? Okay, Mike's not crazy. Okay, Mike is on the same thing with me. I get that so many times, bro. It's so annoying. Like, why, dude? Like, why? Like, why? Why do you keep telling me that I'm in violation of some stupid image that I saved? If anything, go after the person who's like, I don't know, the one who uploaded it, not the one who's saving it. It's not my fault. It's like, that's like saying to me, every video that you save on Instagram or TikTok, you're in violation. How the hell am I supposed to know it's violation? I'm not the one who uploaded it. I'm just saving it because I thought it was a funny meme. I'll share it with friends or whatever the case may be. Why am I being even told this? At least with TikTok, if they have a problem with a video, they just take it down and you can't use it and that's it. They don't say anything to you in the sense like you're in the wrong. If anything, they're going to say to the person who uploaded it. But Jesus.
Which is absolutely ruining the experience for every single person using Pinterest, from the elites down to the peasants like you and I. Unfortunately,
free to play with a shot at $2 grand in casino bonus every day, Reward Machine is your chance at the #1 field.
Unfortunately, are the ads. Every single time I scroll through Pinterest, I am bombarded with ads on every single page, across my feed, line after line. There's always an ad just waiting there amongst the rest of the images, patiently hoping for me to click it when we clearly both know I am not clicking that at all, because it literally says sponsored at the bottom, and I'm far from interested in that. Where it even becomes more annoying is, not only are we being spoon-fed with ad after ad, most of the ads are completely irrelevant to whatever it is I searched for.
Yeah, that too. I will get a bunch of ads of things that has nothing to do with what I looked up for. I don't know why that's the case, but that does happen a lot. That is super annoying.
To do with the content on my homepage, so why am I even seeing them in the first place? Make it make sense. Like, give me a valid reason why I'm seeing an ad for dishwashing soap when I search for reference for drawing a stormtrooper playing soccer.
Yep.
What do those things have in common? Why am I seeing an ad for Tylenol when I'm practicing drawing feet?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Make sense. Shopify ads and ads for eBay and other e-commerce websites have overrun the platform and sometimes show up in places where you wouldn't expect them to be, but then again you keep on seeing the same set of ads repeated over and over in your homepage, and they end up taking the same space as a normal pin. The amount of times I found myself clicking an ad and being sent off to another page.
Removed, but it doesn't affect you, then why tell me I wouldn't have noticed? Or this goes against copyright or guidelines, you're not in trouble but you are warned.
Or they say the pin was removed but it doesn't affect you, then the way it tells me I wouldn't have noticed. Or why tell me? Right? Like, even if, like, it doesn't even make any sense telling me, right? 9 times out of 10. Because even if you tell me, you're going to take it down anyway. And I'm not even the original uploader. It makes no sense to tell me. I might have a schizophrenic moment where I thought I saved something, but then again, that I'll get over it pretty fast, because if I can't remember what it was anyway, it didn't have no real merit. It was just at the moment of my monkey brain just literally like activating at that moment. But whatever.
Just because I thought the ad was somehow part of the images I searched from is literally crazy. But what's more exciting about this is other people have the same problem as me as well.
Pinterest is becoming unusable, and I just need to talk about it.
I love said Pinterest. You're not in trouble and this doesn't affect, but you are warned.
Yep.
I can remember, I scroll through it almost every day.
Yeah, but wait, why are we being? That's the strangest part when it says you are being warned. Why am I being warned for? If I'm not in trouble, it's not affecting me. Why you are warning me? That's a weird set of words to say. All you have to say is like, oh, we're just letting you know that this pen is even if you tell me and say, oh, okay, we're getting rid of this pin because it doesn't really follow our guidelines, we're just letting you know, so sorry for the inconvenience if you save this. That makes sense, right? Because I'm the one who saved it, right? And I might need it or want to see it again for whatever my reason or purpose may be, right? That makes sense. But when you say it doesn't affect your account, but you are being warned. Warned for what? I didn't do nothing. The hell?
From the way my house is decorated, to the clothes I wear, to the makeup I do, to the hairstyles I do, is inspired by what I find on Pinterest, but it is literally becoming impossible to use. Everything is either an ad or now an AI image, and it is driving me insane. Let me show you what I mean. This is just a short little clip of me scrolling through my main feed, and almost every other post is an ad. This is me just searching garden, and almost everything is AI generated. Like, what?
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. The AI thing should have never been given to humans. It should have never been given to humans. Should have been just given to the military and that's it, just like the internet. But like AI should never have existed in the sense of way it was presented. It should never have been given to humans. Because it lets people who believe they're doing something.
What is that cat? I keep scrolling and like you literally click on anything and it's like, this is so obviously AI and it's so frustrating. I want actual images. Like, those wood beams are curved, the picture doesn't make sense. If you wanted to search cottage and see real pictures of actual houses, good luck, because literally everything is just AI generated and fake, or an ad like those puzzle ads. And it is exhausting.
A couple years ago, I always saw posts about how Pinterest was the last quiet or peaceful social media with no crazy videos or ads, and now it's just another ad-riddled AI hellscape. I've been with them since the beginning. Now when I search bar carts in dining room, all I get are actually bar carts from Wayfair to buy. There's no more decor tips. I've been with Pinterest since it was in beta mode and it was my absolute favorite for so long. It's completely unusable now. I don't think I've added a new pin in 2 years. It's so sad. As a visual creature, Pinterest dying is like a real death for me. I can no longer use Pinterest because it's all ads and it's so frustrating.
Well, it is frustrating, but they're not. I do not think they're going to walk away from this change. I think they're going to double down because remember, what they're trying to do is make money. So those pins, those ad pins, make enough money for them to do what they have to do. So they will not jump on it unless if it's something that really destroys their bottom line, and they wouldn't implement it if they didn't think they was going to make money from it. So I really doubt they're going to reverse or fix this problem. If anything, they're gonna double down or not even respond to it. They don't care.
Similar comments like these are all you can find on every single one of these TikTok videos complaining about just how completely unusable Pinterest has become. Every single person is sharing their heartfelt messages about how Pinterest used to be the one and only source of visual inspiration to stimulate their brains and ignite that tiny little spark of creativity. But now it has sadly become a mush of sponsored ads and generated images, leaving you completely clueless as to which image is real and which one isn't. I used to be addicted and will save 20 plus pins a day. Now I save a pin every 3 months or if I have a very specific board idea. And if you search anything, it's just products and not inspiration. I used to spend entire days scrolling through Pinterest searching for the perfect reference photo with dynamic lighting so I could pin them
Thank you.
to each of my different boards when I had to draw a character. But now I barely even check the app on my phone or my computer, and I find myself drawing mostly from images on Instagram and Twitter. It's so sad. What has
I'm pretty sure what that means. Don't speak Espanol. You know, speak Espanol.
Pinterest turned to? I saw a LinkedIn post from the CEO saying Pinterest is more shoppable than ever, and that brands are noticing Pinterest is the first place consumers are looking for inspo and shopping. But no one is shopping. Well, no shit, Sherlock. I'm obviously on.
Samurai said hi Bean.
Thank you.
Mike Cass said hey Bean.
Just to let everyone know, when you guys said like
Beanbag said also someone on Pinterest took her art and reposted it that took it off her TikTok. Beanbag said hi Mike.
So wait, what?
Beanbag said hi Bry.
Someone. Oh, also someone on Pinterest took your art and reposted it off TikTok. Wait. Whoever posted it and took it off your TikTok. Someone on Pinterest took your art and reposted it. Can you send it to me? Let me check. What the hell? I would like to see this. Wait, I probably think I know what you're talking about, but send it to me. I actually want to see this.
On Pinterest looking for images to be inspired by or build an aesthetic, if you will. And I'm not trying to buy something off of a sponsored post. Other people are also trying to save money by not buying products and are looking for cheaper alternatives that still look aesthetic without having to break the bank. As an artist that uses Pinterest,
Let me see. I took a picture and sent it on this. Okay.
for references, it hurts so much when I come across so much AI because it was usually always just actual artists. AI generated images as well as drawings have become the new essential commodity on Pinterest. Some Pinterest users and artists as well have expressed their utmost concern for the overwhelming amount of AI images that are being shown to them in their feed or among their pins. While these images could seemingly prove harmless to the common eye, they have grown to become a giant thorn in the
Oh yeah, I remember this. Yeah, I seen that. I seen that on Pinterest. My work, I seen that one. I actually was quite honored that they actually did that. But then again, the people in the comments section like, this is for degenerates. I seen that thousands of times. It's funny when I run into my own work. I thought it was something brand new, but like, yeah, I seen that before. That was a long time ago. God damn. God dog, that is crazy. I'm surprised. I'm actually surprised that you found that now. Yeah, it's funny because like they didn't even bother to like they didn't even bother to try to erase my name.
They didn't even at you.
No, they didn't, because they said, I think they said some degenerate nonsense. Let me see. Let me go check. Let me see. I can't do it on stream because it'll be playing. I just realized I can't.
Beanbag said it popped in my feed.
Yeah, that happens a lot. That I'm not gonna lie. I don't get mad for people trying to look at my work. I get kind of surprised that people actually think my work is worthy to repost. In most cases, I'm actually quite surprised by that. It actually gets me every time. I never get used to that. That's like, I think twice people have reposted my work. I've seen twice. It's kind of funny.
The butt of artists who are just looking for other artists to inspire them or unique art styles they could learn from and use as reference when trying to build their visual library. Art buddy of mine and everyone's favorite artist Sam Does Art Yang made an interesting video where he took his time to scroll through his Pinterest feed, showing us his timeline almost completely covered with AI images. In the video, he went through some key points about this AI plague on Pinterest and how artists could go about tackling this new obstacle in their art journey.
Pinterest quality has been declining significantly, and it's all thanks to AI. First, let me just see if I can show you guys an example. So from the perspective of an artist searching for inspiration, I'm going to look up something like art style semi-realistic, and I'm seeing some great pieces from artists that I actually recognize, like Ilya Kushinov over here. So at first glance, this seems like...
Oh wait, what's the name of the search that you had to find that? Do you remember? Or if you don't, it's fine. I'll just find it later because I run into it a lot. I run into that a lot. You'd be surprised how many times I run into that. It's kind of funny sometimes now looking at it. That's crazy.
a pretty solid result. You know, I can actually get some inspiration here. But oh, my sweet innocent child, just you wait. We're gonna scroll down here just a little bit, and oh my goodness, look at this. What a cool piece. I'm gonna just click on this. Now this piece to me looks a lot like an AI piece, especially with some of these artifacts in the mouth. You know, some of these random elements here that don't really match up with the hair on the other side. You could zoom in and also make a case for the collar looking a little bit weird, but hey, this could also...
I'm not gonna lie to you. I understand where Sam Draws is coming from, but like the original normie is not going to care on how AI it looks. Once it looks even remotely beyond anything that they can create, they call it art and run with it. That's the sad truth about most of this. That's the literal sad truth. And even if you told them it was AI, they don't care. They do not care. It's very rare, well, not rare, but most people don't care because they already accepted the AI thing pretty fast anyway. So when you say AI artists, people who are normies usually will run with it and be okay. But people who are artists who actually been doing it, like digital artists or even traditional artists, will look at AI artists like, no, you're not an artist. So it's just is what it is. You're just, if anything, you're an accomplice. You're not, you're not an AI artist, or you're like a glorified, I guess, janitor to a certain degree. When I say this, when I say like, if you made an AI image, you just gotta clean it up a little bit, and that's it. That's all you gotta do, or make some changes here and there, but that's it. You didn't make the piece, you didn't structure it, you didn't do any of that crap. You just literally wrote a prompt and then took it to Photoshop or whatever program you use and made a bit of adjustments, and that's it. And not ain't that much. In most cases, you don't even have to do that. So because most people are not zooming in like how Sam Draws does. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it's super obviously there was a problem with the collar there. You know how many people are not even gonna notice that collar? No one's going to notice the collar. Not once. Not a single person. Well, not a single person. Not a single normal person is gonna, like, normies, casuals are not going to notice that in the slightest.
So just be someone's artwork.
At this point, most artists who are experienced can probably tell if an image was made by an actual artist.
See?
Or if it was an AI image. Aside from most of the details not making sense if you justify them.
And the thing is, I'm not even mad at people who don't care because they don't, because obviously it's not them making the work, so like it doesn't bother them. It doesn't affect them. I understand that. If something I'm not into or something I don't do doesn't affect me, I don't think it's a big deal for those who actually are part of that issue or trying to solve that issue. So it is what it is.
With other elements,
it's a sad truth,
drawing,
but it's true.
The images end up looking somehow rushed and lack that careful carelessness of a drawing made by an actual person.
Let's say I want to look for some more artwork in this similar style. Okay, now look at the absolute slop that becomes my feed. None of these are made by humans. I mean, we can just continue scrolling here and it's just non-stop AI slop.
This is a huge problem because the more you keep scrolling and unintentionally adding AI generated images to your boards, the algorithm just...
See, but this is where I don't understand where companies are kind of okay with this, because how can they regulate this problem? So like, let's say for instance, I want to do an AI drawing, an AI artwork of Batman, right? And I want to make it and sell it. Can I sell it? Because it's not like DC made it. It is of Batman, but I could say Batman as a tuna fish. What I'm saying, I guess that's considered transformative. I think that's the term. That's transformative, so you can. But I don't know. I think this will cause problems. Hello. I think this is going to cause major problems in the future. And if this is not regulated yet, this is going to be a problem. Because what is fair use at this point if this is just, it's just willy-nilly, is everywhere.
Keeps feeding you images.
You can't actually escape the AI shit. You can't. If you're on the internet, you can't do it. It's virtually impossible.
Similar to those ones. And the unending cycle continues till you end up with your entire For You page filled with only AI art.
You'd be lucky to find one piece like this that was actually made by a human artist. And for me, I can kind of tell that this was made by a human because there are some marks here that look very intentional. I can see where the hand might have followed the stroke of the pen here to create this image. But honestly, sometimes I have trouble discerning between AI and human-made art too. So imagine if you were a new artist and you were just starting out.
Imagine being a non-artist and then being a non-artist and then someone's telling you that's AI art. You're either gonna believe them or not. Either one of those two things, because 9 times out of 10, if it's something, what?
Whenever I hear you talking about the AI, do you know what song pops in my head?
What?
You can't kill the metal.
Oh, okay. From Tenacious D.
The world, would you realize something like this?
The answer to that is it's impossible. At this point, there's just no way a total beginner will be able to tell the difference. Especially when the images look like this. They're actually really convincing now, and it's scary. Like, this looks like something Alvin Lee or Ilya Kushinov would have drawn. Or even you, Sam. This is all partly your fault. Why do you have to be this good?
And the fact that it's getting
That's evil. You can't say that. Come on, you can't be jumping on Sam like that. No, that's crazy.
so good, you know, some of these lines are very
Can't be,
convincing.
that's
A beginner's
crazy.
going to look at this and
Oh,
think,
for those of you who are over there, the 5 viewers on TikTok, if you're wondering what the hell's going on and what I'm talking about, I'm just randomly talking. I'm not just talking just like I'm schizophrenic. You can come over here on YouTube, Twitch, or Kick and watch this from here. It depends on what you want. If you want to watch it on Twitch, that's fine. If you still want to watch it through the phone like you are on TikTok, come over here on YouTube, link in bio. You can go find me there. You don't have to go and look around. Same name, same everything. We're doing a reaction on stream. So if you want to come see this, we're talking about anime stuff, art stuff, pop culture stuff, anything that seems interesting to talk about that might be controversial or something that's interesting. We're gonna soon do anime recommendations. So if you're looking for anime or manga specifically, manga recommendations, come over here.
wow, that's incredible. Someone actually drew this, when in reality, nobody really did. This was just stolen from someone else. Then if you continue scrolling down, again, the whole feed just
look at that,
turns
bro.
into
Look at that. Look at this is problematic.
what
And
it
I don't like
seems to
using
me
that
like
term.
90% of this feed is AI now. And I'm trying to search for semi-realistic art styles. Now let me just show you guys something else, okay? What if we want to look for images, okay?
Ryu
I want to
the Samurai
study
said is the
anatomy.
YouTube video in the room with us now.
What? He said, is the YouTube video in the room with us now?
Muscle anatomy or muscle mommy.
I hope you can see the video. I swear to God,
Holy
Fry.
Christ.
I can see you have fine taste, my friend. I'm not judging. I'm not judging you, brother. I happen to share the same acquired taste for structurally developed female specimens myself as well.
We're looking for muscles. Now, right away, these images that pop up in the front 2 rows, for the most part, they look pretty good. You know, they seem like real people. But as soon as you start scrolling down, oh, look
It
what
starts
happens.
changing. Look,
at
look,
this
look,
guy.
look, 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 look.
Hot,
It's all
except
look at this.
man
That's
is not
AI,
real.
bro.
Look at his thumb. Okay, this is AI slop, and his nipples are looking at me in a way that I do not appreciate. So that's not
This
real.
is wrong.
Okay, if you want to study anatomy and you base it off
Ryu
of
the
this, well,
Samurai
you're gonna
said
get the
yabs
abs
on the top left.
Top left.
all wrong because I don't know what is going on.
Okay,
here.
good,
Now,
yeah.
why don't we just scroll down and see if we can find something else, something a little bit more reliable? Maybe this one. But once again, this is AI. Again, look at the slop. Look at this belt buckle. It doesn't make any sense. The thumbs don't make any sense. Look at the striations in his deltoids, okay? They do not connect that way. These are your delts. These are your biceps. Your biceps are going to sit in
Wow,
front
let
of
me
you.
see this.
This is
Go
AI.
back.
Again,
I'm sorry.
Look at the slop. Look at this belt buckle.
The Baki build.
The Baki build.
It doesn't make any sense. The thumbs don't make any sense. Look at the striations in his deltoids, okay? They do not connect that way. These are your delts. These are your biceps. Your biceps are going to sit in front of your delts.
Oh, this proves how much of a anatomy pleb I am, because I thought that looked at least correct from connecting from the arms, but he says was wrong. My God, I'm stupid.
And there's going to be a
I gotta
valley
do more
fence.
work.
The thumbs don't make any sense. Look at the striations in his deltoids, okay? They do not connect that way. These are your delts. These are your biceps. Your biceps are going to sit in front of your delts, and there's going to be a valley between your delts and your biceps. They do not connect. Now turn your attention back to this slop, okay? Look at this delt. It goes right into the bicep. It connects directly to the bicep. What kind of anatomy is this?
I tried scrolling down my own feed, but I didn't find any images that were AI generated when I searched.
I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't do that if I wanted to. I would have thought that was right. No, I ain't gonna lie to you. And I've been doing this for a while, and I teach this at the same time. I thought that would have been correct. That just shows how much more work I need to put in.
For anatomy references. I did see some
Anatomy-wise.
images that clearly looked suspicious in some places, but nothing really freaky that stood out as generated imagery. I'm thinking this is possibly because the algorithm is basing its search off of the previous images that I've liked and added to my boards, which is why there are some 3D models and Greek looking sculpture, but nothing really screamed AI the farther I scrolled. Now I know some people are definitely going to have a different experience scrolling through their own feed, especially because from what it looks like, the generated images mostly pop up when looking through art or looking for art styles. If I search for Sam Does Art's art style, for example, it shows me mostly Sam's art, but with some exceptions. As you can see, this is clearly not Sam's drawing. It looks like his art style, but is just generated imagery. You can see from the details just how
Yeah,
horrible it is at replicating Sam's art style. The details look incredible.
that's at least a good thing. I think that's a good thing, right? If it can't replicate your art style, then that's great. But if that's great, I think I would say that's a great thing. At least your art style's unique enough for it not to replicate it, but eventually it'll get to a point where it can replicate anyone's art style. I'm pretty sure it can, but most cases maybe it can in other situations as well, depending on positioning and overall tone and stuff. Like there's just a lot it still needs to figure out till it can actually can make like a mathematical understanding on how to replicate your work, or at least replicate your art style per se.
Incredibly wrong and out of place. The eyes are just awful. Everything just feels wrong. And when we scroll down, we can see other images all seemingly generated in the same art style and all equally looking plastic and horrible. You can clearly tell these images have no life to them. They look extremely
Yeah, that's usually for me the loss, or at least the culprit in most AI work is that it can it looks really plastic looking. It lacks like texture and just that human touch. It just has that weird like it's too perfect. Like it's way too perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like it's weird to say this because like we look at professionals and we see their work as perfect. But when you look at AI, it just feels too perfect. You can't just like, appreciate something about it doesn't feel right, even if it looks perfect.
rigid and don't have the same flair and carefree, confident strokes you'll find in Sam's actual paintings. Sam also mentioned in his video that he spoke to other artists who seemed to have the same problem and said their Pinterest feed was sadly overrun with AI as well.
So I got interested in this topic because number one, I've been noticing it. I've been seeing artworks on my feed. I always end up clicking on them and then I realize it was AI. There was no artist behind it that I could have followed. I got excited for no reason and my day is now ruined. But not only that, I've also talked to a lot of artists on my Patreon servers and they've expressed the exact same issues. The most common thing that happens is people find a cool piece of reference or a piece of art and then they realize is not real.
He also discussed some theories from Reddit which could possibly be the cause of this underlying issue with how AI art has now become rampant on Pinterest. And while most artists were getting fed up and talked about quitting Pinterest and were looking for other alternatives, most of them haven't been lucky finding a platform that just felt special like how.
Well, that's where the problem's gonna come in. This is why I don't really make the run to just go to Karna? I don't know, the website, the art website. I don't really care to go over there like that to post work because eventually Carva, I think it's called, or I'm saying it right or wrong, it's gonna eventually start accepting AI artwork. And then what you gotta do? You gotta run to the next place. It's gonna get to a point where you just gotta accept it for what it is. Because I don't think this thing will ever go away. Especially it's too profitable for most people who are doing it. Because there's some type of monetary gain of doing it in the first place. They wouldn't do it if they was not getting any money out of it or some form of. I don't even think it's satisfaction in art. Because I really doubt that's the reason when you just wrote a prompt. If so, your ego's fickle as hell. I'm just being honest with you. I don't care you're a friend, foe, or even like a stranger, or you're a subscriber or a follower. Your ego is really fickle if you have to write a prompt and you feel like you did something. You are Delulu, sir or ma'am, or whatever in between you feel like you're in. You are Delulu. It is what it is.
Pinterest was. Sam's video is really good, so if you haven't seen it, go watch it as well. Viara, who's one of my favorite art YouTubers at the moment, also made a video an eternity ago complaining about similar problems everyone is complaining about right now, which makes the entire situation so sad because since the time she published her video till now, some of these problems have not been addressed at all. Isn't that a shame? I feel like the devs at Pinterest need to get a round table, call up a meeting with everyone and just knock their heads together. Maybe that way it might get their wheels spinning again. If that doesn't work,
they're not gonna do it. This is about advertising and making money. They're not gonna do it.
Then I don't know. put them in rice, maybe. Viora then goes on to explain how to differentiate AI art from real art on Pinterest, especially for beginner artists who can't tell the difference if they stumble on an AI generated image for the first time.
Why can't you stay organized? I've experienced this myself, and it's called chronic impulse control, where you prioritize short-term actions like gaming and social
AI Pinterest art style. If you know, you know. If you don't, I'll give you a quick 10-second rundown. It's the clean looking, thin line art, deeply rendered, distinguishable yet indistinguishable background of scribbles, questionable hands, can't forget about that, intense lighting yet with a matte feel, and a one character focal point image. Of course, just because someone's art possesses all these qualities does not make it AI art, and vice versa. Not all AI art has these qualities, but these are the features that are predominantly present in the type of AI art that is so rampant on Pinterest.
Another problem I've seen artists complain about is the sheer amount of repost art accounts on Pinterest that somehow forget to leave the name of the artist.
To be honest, this actually stops most people from resharing other people's artwork, to be honest. That's the awkward thing, that if you really stop and think about it. There's no point of trying to impersonate someone to repost their art, because you can just use AI art. You know what I'm saying? There's no real reason for you to do that. Like, none. There's no reason to pretend to be some artist. You know what I'm saying? Because people already take the badge of AI artist as like it's a thing. So it makes no sense.
In the caption, or at least give some type of credit to the artist one way or another. Viora also talked about this in her video, expressing how troubling it is just searching for the artist on Pinterest.
Lack of ownership and just credit to the original artist in general. With Pinterest, oh god, I can guarantee you 97% of the art you see is posted by a reposter who did not give credit, and I think you'll just be wasting your time trying to find the original artist because there's just no way to trace it down if they don't already have it included in their description or as a separate link, or there's just no artist to be found at all because it's AI art. And also on Instagram or TikTok, if there is a reposted art, often there will be a few comments that are like, hey, this is so-and-so's art. But on Pinterest, radio silent.
It's so annoying that we're still at the point where repost accounts are still not crediting artists and are just leaving us playing GeoGuessr trying to search for an artist we really like. The only way to search for an artist now is to reverse search their drawing using Google Images, and if they posted that drawing on any social media platform, it will possibly show up in the search and then you can locate the artist from there. Other than that, you're on your own. At this point, it will seem Pinterest is slowly washing away down the drain. Artists are gradually leaving the platform, people are complaining endlessly, and multiple TikTok videos are calling them out and asking them to fix their broken platform. Which leads us to the most important question. Are there any alternatives? I found this really good video from Ellie's Nuts where they explored some alternatives for Pinterest that you could use.
Honestly, if you're in any creative field or you're just sick of Pinterest, I got you.
I'm not gonna lie, I think this is pointless to do because we gotta do this every time. This sucks.
The first resource I wanted to share with you guys is called Cosmos. I'd say out of everything I'm going to show you, this is kind of the closest to Pinterest. So you can scroll through images on this discover page, but you can also search stuff. I feel like what you find on here is just a lot more interesting than the first things that show up on Pinterest. The next resource I want to share with you is called public.work. And this is actually created by Cosmos, but it's all public domain images. And you kind of get, I'm just like scrolling around with my mouse, but you kind of get this like borderless scroll in all directions, which is super cool. Another one of my favorite resources for public domain images, that's basically imagery or like online assets. It can even be like audio or books. I don't know, things like that, that were created before copyright laws were a thing. So it's literally public domain.
Now, personally, for my art, I find myself drawing mostly from Instagram photos and just searching through Google if I need to.
That's probably the best thing to do. That's probably the best thing to do. Just look at real people on Instagram. I know there's AI art over there too, but like in AI, I guess people there too as well. But I don't think it's as it's rampant, but it's not as rampant as like probably Pinterest because it's really image focused. Other than they do have a few like videos that they do have videos there, but it's like they're like more commercial videos If anything, there are a few videos that are like from TikTok, but I don't know how that even works. So
find something specific. And sometimes I also use reference packs from graphic studios when I have to study anatomy and draw dynamic poses. I still will use my Pinterest boards from time to time, and I really do hope they improve the platform and reduce, if not get rid of, all the ads and AI art. But for now, best we can all do is pray they listen to the community of users they have so painstakingly built over the years and do
They're
right
not
by
gonna do
us
it.
since we stuck with the platform through thick and thin. Well, it looks like you made it to the end of this video. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like, share the video with a friend who is so mad about Pinterest as well, and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. With all that being said, I'll see all you pretty penguins in the next video. Bye.
Alright, there you guys. Okay. So with that said, this was Mohammed and the whole Pinterest scenario controversy thing. So with that said, I was like, so I share, follow, comment, see you guys in the next one and all that good stuff.